Boo. We're doing a Dragon Ball Saga tier list. Just subscribe and all that stuff. Anyway, let's start. Emperor Pilaf Saga. This is the saga that started it all. Where you first introduced to Goku. It's the A tier arc. I mean, no, I'd say B tier. I think for me, just some of the jokes aged a bit poorly. Like they could have been better. I think it does set up everything. You get Goat Ku. You had Bulma first appearance, Yamcha, and all that. It set up a bunch of stuff. It ended with or it didn't end it with, but it had Big Monkey Goku. It was peak. 21st Tenkaichi Budokai Saga. This is amazing saga. This early in Dragon Ball was a lot more comedic, I'll say. This was comedic, but Roshi enters as Jackie Chun, so that he can teach Krillin and Goku the lesson that they haven't peaked in martial arts and they should never stop training, because Roshi was afraid that if they won this martial arts tournament, that they would think they're at the peak and then get lazy and never train again. I love that. I love the goofiness of the villains, like the fat guy. Sorry, that might be what's C tier. The fights were really fun. I have to say, it's solid A tier. Uh, Goku still had his tail, I believe, at this point. He could fly with it and stuff. It was cool. Red Ribbon Army Saga. This is a solid S tier. Yeah, yeah, S tier. I think the fights could be better, but this Goku fighting Red Ribbon Army, and it had the introduction of Android 8, and Android 8 changed Goku's mentality forever. Goku is going to kill until Android 8 told him not to, or told him about the beauty and why you shouldn't kill. I love that. Love all the villains. There was General Black, or what was his name? I'm assuming he's General Black, the black dude. Very strange. They had, what was his name? Mercenary Tao. He was in this arc. The great fight, by the way. It was just a really good arc. Fortune Teller Baba Saga. I think this is my least favorite in OG Dragon Ball. I'd say B tier. But I don't remember too. I remember the Devil Man. Shoot, there's something really important. Somebody really important was in this arc. Somebody. Oh yeah. Grandpa Gohan. He came back as a little spear in Afterlife, and Goku fights him, and it's great. I love that. Tien Shinhan Saga. This is S tier, or Z, not S tier, Z tier, because it's Dragon Ball Z. Or not just Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball. I love the tournament. I love Tien being Jackie Chun. Tien versus Goku is a great fight. I love how creative it is. You see multiple arms techniques. I don't think we ever see that again. Um, Tien uses all. It's just great. Goku and his tail flying above. It's just. I just love this arc. Tien being a villain for this in Chaozu, and they're so dangerous doing all this stuff. But then at the end, Tien realizes the error of his ways, that his master taught him wrong to be a better person. I love that. And this is Demon King Piccolo Saga. This is where, if I didn't watch Dragon Ball, obviously after it came out, I'm like 18, turned 19. I'm not old, but if I watched Dragon Ball when it was coming out, I would have thought this was the end game, because everything led up to this. You had everything up to Devil Man, Red Ribbon Army, all up to Demon King Piccolo, and it would have been like, oh my god, this is the end. This is the end. It's finish. Dieter though, my god, the Demon King Piccolo fight was great, amazing. Goku, oh, I don't know what's called, like the monkey fist, whatever he did was great. The feet Kamehameha, no, feet Kamehameha was arc after. No, no, that wasn't it. Um, Great arc. Just thinking about it, man. Piccolo Junior Saga. This is, I think, an S tier arc. I think the fights are Z tier. I think they're the best fights in OG Dragon Ball, and actually some of the best fights in Dragon Ball. I'll be honest, great fights. I do think the only issue with the saga is it was out of nowhere, but I think that fits for I don't know. It just, compared to the Demon King Piccolo saga, it didn't have as much going up to it, leading up to it. No, they had the egg. I don't know. I'll put Z tier. I love the fights. I love Chi Chi introducing Goku. Goku thinking married is a lunch. Was it married or wedding? Thinking it was like a type of food. That was really funny. I love that. Um, I love, obviously, our goat Piccolo Jr. was introduced. The one known as Piccolo now, even though he wasn't the original. Um, just great. Goku vs Piccolo is a great feat Kamehameha, all that stuff. I do think the one disappointing thing was when Piccolo turned giant. I think that was a bit. I don't like giant fights in Dragon Ball. I really don't. A Saiyan Saga. Z tier. This arc is amazing. Saiyan Saga. Ooh, it had all the fights. You had Raditz. You had revealing Goku as an alien. It's so much happened in this arc. Vegeta and Nappa. Everyone dies. It sets up the next arc completely. It's so gas. Oh my god, all the fights were amazing. Goku versus Vegeta, Yajirobe coming in clutch with the tail thing, Spirit Bomb, Kaioken. Oh my god. Piccolo teams up for the first time in the anime because the manga doesn't do Piccolo and Gohan as well. Excuse me, but in the anime, Piccolo, you see Piccolo and Gohan bond. See Piccolo make his first friend and Piccolo become good. And it's great. I love that. And then Special Beam Cannon, of course, the GOAT. Namek Saga. Oh my, this is another Z tier. Is it everything? It had the Ginyu Force. It had the fights. It had Vegeta washing a bunch of low levels. It had Frieza. It had not Bardock. Zarbon. That's Dodoria, who's a female. It had Piccolo fusing with Nail. It had the Frieza fight was great, amazing, and it had Super Saiyan, the most iconic. Probably, I think Super Saiyan is probably one of the most iconic things in history. Top five, next to like top three. No, top three. Next to like Superman, Batman, Spider Man. It's so crazy. Super Saiyan changed everything, and it changed Dragon Ball so much. The Garlic Junior Saga. I don't like the Garlic Junior Saga, but it's like okay, it's like B tier. Gives a nice little break between this saga and the next saga, which is Go. Um, it's like nice. It This little break, it seems like you see the Gohan and Krillin and Piccolo team up against Garlic Jr.'s men. Continuation of the movie, which is fun too. Z tier is my favorite saga in Dragon Ball. The Android saga is so fucking peak. Of course, you had the goat himself, Cell, appear in this arc, and Cell was my favorite villain. But you had so many good moments. You had Android 17 versus Piccolo. You had Vegeta become Super Saiyan. Vegeta get completely destroyed by 18. You had so much stuff. Trunks versus King Cold and Mecha Frieza. You had Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. You had Goku versus Cell. Cell's explosion, Cell's return, Goku's death. It was so good. And of course, Gohan's ending. And this was supposed to be the end of Dragon Ball. There was supposed to be nothing after this. And my God, it would have been so peak. But they did continue and did drop more peak. Anyway, next is the Otherworld Saga. I think it's called A tier arc. This is probably one of my favorite filler arcs. Um, it has Goku and Pikkon. It's the Otherworld tournament. I love it. I love Super Kaioken. It's a really fun, neat thing. They established you can only use it in the afterlife, only for Super to break that rule. It shows how strong Pikkon is when he like destroys Frieza and Cell. It also shows how strong Goku has become when he's fighting and he's trained there. Next is the Buu Saga. The Buu Saga is S tier. It's not Z tier. It suffers from some lackluster writing in some areas and some rush. Like of course Ultimate Gohan, as much cool as Ultimate Gohan is, the writing leading up to it was not the best. He just sat there for hours. That was a bit contrived. Oop, did not mean to hit my mic. But he had great moments. He had Vegeta's final explosion, Goku and Vegeta's fight, Vegeta if denying that he's a family man, all that stuff, accepting it, and then Vegeta's acceptance that Goku is just a he he doesn't fight to win and fight to become strong. He fights to continue fighting, and that's why he becomes stronger, which is so good. And I love that from Vegeta. You have oh my god, you have Gotenks. Super Saiyan 3 is iconic so much. Kid Buu, the ending Spirit Bomb. My god, it's actually I'm YouTube's not gonna like that. I said the worst ways, but I want to put Z tier, but I know like the beginning of the arc suffers so much from like slow pacing. Also, Gohan deserved his happy life in that, and the peaceful world end of Z, aka end of Z Saga, which is I believe non-canon now. But this is it's S tier only because it's not no it's Z tier. It's a nice little ending. You see Goku go off Oob, everyone reunite. It's like nothing. No, I'll put S tier. A tier. It's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, but it's just a fun little arc. You see everyone in the future. Daima. Daima's next. Daima is S tier. I don't think it's Z tier. I don't think it's as good as what came before. However, Daima was peak. Of course, the animation was beautiful. The fights are beautiful. Super Saiyan 4, my god, that was glorious. My only complaint is I don't like the red hair on Super Saiyan 4. I prefer the black hair every day. I love all the fights. I love Kid Goku and like all the little land fights he has with the power pull. Kid Vegeta's funny. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's cool. You had the Demon Realm introduced so much and added so much lore. We confirmed demons, confirmed Piccolo's a demon, the Kai's are demon to add so much more lore. It may give us a reason, explanation to what's it called? To like Gohan goes beast instead of some other Saiyan transformation. It's so good, man. So good. And then what's the Moob and Boo, whatever their name was, were fire. Battle of Gods. The movie would be like S tier, but we're ranking the anime, and the anime is like C tier. The anime suffers from very, very poor quality in terms of animation. I hate the animation of the anime. They changed some stuff. They honestly could have just cut the movie up and released it in episodes. That would have been way better. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I would have loved that, but no, it is what it is. Resurrection F Saga in the anime, I think is B tier. I do think the fight versus Frieza and Goku is better only because the movie had a really bad CGI. But I do believe the part before where Piccolo and all of them fight, Piccolo, Gohan, Tien, all of them fight the Free Soldiers is great. Captain Ginyu comes back for like 5 seconds. Goku gets beamed by a laser when he's off guard. Super Saiyan Blue is it's badly contrived, but looks cool. You know, that's what it counts. Universe 6 Saga, I think, is also B tier. I'm just a sucker for tournament arcs, man, and this was fun. It wasn't nothing crazy, nothing like overly serious. Introduced Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, which I still think is bullshit. Hit is awesome. Everyone loves Hit. Introduced Kaba. Kaba was cool in that arc. I like Kaba. I like his master, student Diane for Vegeta. The rest of Universe 6 was there. Um, Introduced the other universes too. That was a big thing. We didn't know about the other universes before that. What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, there was a great fight between Hit and Goku. My big complaint was the writing could have been better. The fights also could have been better. I mean, they're not bad. They're not bad. Give the other universe 6 some more time to shine. But I do think Frost was cool. I do think the biggest problem is Goku's bullshit use of Kaioken. Not only Kaioken, also I'm too fast for stop time. What do you mean skip time? What do you mean you're too fast? That's not how it works. Oh, is this copy of Vegeta Saga thing F tier? I hate copy of Vegeta Saga. Oh my god. The only thing about the copy of Vegeta Saga that not even not even good. It's nothing. I can't say anything good about copy of Vegeta Saga. It sucks ass. I hated it. Um, I will say it sets up the Future Trunks saga, which I think itself is a B tier. I think the Future Trunks saga, Goku Black, is it's probably my favorite Dragon Ball villain actually, next to Cell. And I'll probably oversell. It gave us some good fights, perfected Super Saiyan Blue in the manga. It gave us a lot of cool stuff. I don't know what happened to Trunks, why he's blue hair and why he's really skinny. It gave us a really, I think my biggest problems. One, Trunks' really weird relationship with my future and past. That's so weird. Because either way, it's wrong. Like, everything about that's wrong. And two, definitely, oh, three actually. Two, definitely suffers from like, bloating. Not over bloating, but, like, repetitiveness. It feels like they keep going back and forth, future and past. It works sometimes, works others. I think, like, the first time they went with, like, Beerus and that stuff was cool, but then they just kept going back and forth. It was annoying. I also think the ending was horrific. It should have ended right when Trunks slashed him, not with Zeno. I hated that part. And now Trunks and Mai are living an alternate timeline version of themselves, which is very odd. Anyway, Universe Survival Saga, I think is a A tier saga. It did give us some peaks. It gave us Ultra Instinct. I think everything Ultra Instinct and after was great, but before that was really bad and boring. It was not animated well. It looked terrible. I do think the term power looks like it has an ugly look to it. I'll say in terms of like the environment and stuff. They they just I don't know why they just I mean I know why they didn't bring Boo. They had to write him out story because it's too strong. It was good. It was good. I remember there's a prelude to this. Now I didn't think about it. Prelude was okay. A big complaint is Jiren's writing in the anime. In the manga, Jiren is actually pretty okay written. The anime he sucks. They give his backstory the last 5 seconds, which sucks. The Universe 11 actually feels more like characters in the manga too. Like none of Universe 11 actually did anything other than like Topa. Topa was the goat to be fair. A lot of universe was like kind of fodder, and it made more sense in the manga. Not really. I do feel like the power scaling was really bad though, because it felt like the universe, other than like the few universe, other than Universe 7, Universe 11, nobody actually was strong. I'm not gonna lie. Like Universe 6, their strongest character was Hit, who's blue level. That was it. Everyone else was like Super Saiyan level. Super Saiyan 2, 3 maybe. But everyone else just like was weak. It sucked. The Brawly. Oh yeah, S tier, D tier actually. Brawly Saga. Introduced Brawly was written perfectly. I love his backstory. It's so much better than Goku cried in my, well, I guess in his tragic moment, but Goku cried and I got mad. The fights are probably, this is probably one of my favorite fights in Dragon Ball, if not my favorite. Goku and Vegeta versus Brawly is amazing. It's amazingly animated. I think the story is really good. I like Brawly being like outcast and all that stuff. Paragus just being a horrible person. His manipulation from Frieza, I think, is way better than what happened in the manga or in the original movie. It's just great, man. Z tier. We're gonna skip past these arcs real quick and go straight to the rest. Superhero Saga. I think the Superhero Saga is a solid S tier. Um, I think I'll put it Z tier because I love it. I don't have any complaints. I just don't think it's as good as these. I really don't. The CGI is great. They actually use the CGI to really good effects and like make 3D. Gamma 1 and 2 are great. I love Gamma 2 especially. He's goated. I loved Gamma 2. I wish he was there longer. Um, but Potential Unleash Piccolo was cool, but then Orange Piccolo was cool. And Beast Gohan, you had Cell Max. It was all pretty cool. I loved it. I just don't have any complaints. I do like the manipulation again. Two manipulation movies in a row, but I guess that's Dragon Ball. Anyway, move on. Black Star Dreads is F tier. My god. I hate that saga. It's so boring. It's so stupid. It's just a bunch of little side quests and it sucks. Baby Saga, I think, is an actual good arc from GT. I say solid A tier. I think Baby arc, I love Baby. His motivation's actually good. He's sent by the Truffles because it stands wiped out the Truffles. He has some really good fights. The slow burn at the beginning of Baby slowly taking control of stronger to release Vegeta. Great Ape Baby was the only problem because I hate Great Ape Baby versus Great Ape Goku. Because my big problem with it is big dude versus small dude does not equal a good fight. It's actually frankly annoying. Um, but overall, it was a pretty alright saga. I give Super Saiyan 4 too. My next Super Saiyan 17 saga D2. My god, no F tier. It's terrible. They had problem with GTS. They have such good ideas and never execute them right. Excuse me. Android 17 sucked. The fights were not good. Goku ended it in a really bummy way. I do think the ending itself was good with Piccolo going to hell to save or keep people safe. That's my compliments. I won my one compliment. Anyway, Shadow Dragon Slug I think is D tier and is only saved by the ending, and that's it. People glaze Gogeta. I think Gogeta's cool, but it could have been done better. A better arc. I think the Shadow Dragons are really boring. I do like Eason, Nova, Shenron a good amount, not super. Omega's cool, I guess. Kind of lame though. It's just it could have been better, man. It's just I think the ending is perfect though. It's the perfect end of Dragon Ball. Goku's adventure will never end. I think that's great. Galactic. We're not gonna manga, so if you haven't read the manga, click off here. Go like the video. Anyways, Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga. This is going in D tier. No, not Z tier. This is going in S tier. I think it is very well written, like amazingly. It definitely fits more than the rest of Super. Vegeta feels remorse for what he's done to the Namekians, and all he's want to do is protect and help people and right his wrongs. Moro is great. I love Moro getting more and more powerful. It's great. Moro has a really good tie-in to like Boo and the Kais, which is great. Um, Goku learning how to master Ultra Instinct because he can't use it is amazing. It's just such a good arc. It really is. I love it. And then 17 showing up was funny. And then, yeah, I loved it. And Granola Survivor Saga. I think this is worse. I do like Granola. Granola's cool. It just kind of felt, just felt weird. what's his name? The other evil dude that they introduced that arc. I mean, there's a bit of manipulation, but Black Frieza with the highlight, of course. Goku's like new form, and then some Bardock backstory. I don't have any complaint. It's just like this kind of felt rushed and stuff. Not rushed, but it just felt stupid in a way. I do like Granola do having like a penalty for making himself stronger though. That's great. And finally, the high school saga is like it's B tier, whatever. I still have the weird stuff in mind, but yeah, that's it. That's my tier list for Dragon Ball arcs or sagas. Thank you for watching, liking all that stuff. Bye bye.